What's happening, everybody? We're back with another episode of Too Much Fantasy Football. It's Brian and Brennen here to break down Week 12, the recap coming at you. We'll just shy of that. Of course, we still have the Panthers and the Niners to play as of the time of this recording. But, outside of that, how'd you fare through Sunday? Did you make okay in your lineups?
Um, I didn't face Jahmyr Gibbs in any of them, so I'm off to a good start at least.
Yeah, no kidding. If as long as you didn't go up against him, and I mean, JSN just had an absolute day, but we'll get to that here. We're going to kind of piece through each of these games, just kind of fastest 2 minutes that we can with each one of these. So I guess let's start with Lamar here. And they didn't even cover the spread. It's 13.5 points. It's 13-point victory against the Jets. Lamar, 7 points on the week, kind of a stinker.
Yeah, I think he's still hurt. I think he's definitely still hurt in that instance. It just looks like he's playing hurt. I mean, Derrick Henry was the beneficiary of this. 21 carries, 64 yards, 2 tuds. Zay Flowers just basically did Zay Flower things. 5 for 58, no touchdown. That's where it leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, John Mechie on the other side, 6 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown.
Coming through clutch for your boy in a hurt league.
Yeah, I bet you've limped together these last couple of weeks with some Michael Wilson and John Mechie. It's kind of funny how that's working.
That's
Mitchell,
right.
Though, unfortunately, 2 for 7, 42 yards. I'm hoping he does more, but it might be just.
They have draft capital. They can kind of gamble on some first round targets if they want for wide receiver to help out Garrett Wilson when he comes back. Do you think Garrett Wilson comes back though from the IR? I think it's like week 16, right? Or week 15?
I think it's week 15. Yeah, they did
I don't
it
know if
right
he comes
before
back.
week 11. I think they did it right before the game started. Because I think he's got 2 left. I don't know. I don't see why not. He seems like the competitor type. Like, let me go back out there, especially if it's only 2 more games.
Mm-hmm.
But I need him. I need him desperately. Let's talk about the Chicago game. 28-31. Chicago squeaked by Mason Rudolph. A 3-point victory. Caleb Williams shredded up 239 yards and 3 touchdowns in this win.
Caleb looked good besides the fumble in the end zone from TJ Watt, who passed the torch from his brother JJ Watt, who was on the announcement call. It's kind of cool. But Caleb had a really good game, man. 19 for 35, 240 yards, 4 carries for 21, and 3 tuds. This is what what I thought of when I had him as a my guy. Like, I just think Ben Johnson can get the most out of him, and he also still left some on the table too.
DK Metcalf in and out of the game quite a few times with an ankle injury. Looks like he should be okay. I know there's some speculation there. Keep track on that as far as the injury goes. But we have a few issues here. DeAndre Swift, 8 for 15, 114-yard catch. And then Kyle Monangai, 12 for 48 and the touchdown again this week.
Was he punished for the fumble lost? I wonder if he was punished for that fumble lost.
I hope so, because the last thing I need is a running back discrepancy here as we go into the playoff weeks.
Yeah. Rome Odunze was kind of disappointing, though. 9 targets, again, led the team. It's just 3 catches for 53 yards. That's where it's really frustrating.
Really frustrating. Thank goodness his prop was at 50.5, so we hit the over there, folks. But Luther Burden right now leading the team in yards per route run. 5 targets, 3 catches, 46 yards. DJ Moore pulls in 2 touchdowns. Like, do you make more of the DJ Moore or the Luther Burden out of the 2 of them?
I think Luther Burden is taking over the Zacchaeus role that was earlier in the season. How Zacchaeus was getting all those just like little quick slants. I think that's where Luther Burden is now. So I think Luther Burden, you could, I don't want to say start, but like you could definitely, if you're hurting, I wouldn't mind it.
And then Loveland, 4 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. Like seeing him getting more involved. Anything else from this one?
No, I don't think there's anything newsworthy.
Patriots 26-20 beat the Bengals there. Aid of a defensive touchdown kind of ruined the day of the offense there for the Patriots. But Bengals were winning this game up until a certain point.
Yeah.
It's a little nervous there. Joe Flacco heading to the bench this next week. We just got word that Joe Burrow will be back for Thursday night's game.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase going against the Ravens. I think Jamar Chase does very well against the Ravens too, so that'll be a lot. the Bengals aren't playing for anything. They're just going to be playing keep away from the Ravens to piss them off, and it's a Thursday night game. Should be fun. I mean, T. Higgins concussion, he's out for this week. Yoshi Vosh left the game, I believe, too. So it came down to Tinsley being the lead receiver for the Bengals.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Looking for something on Yoshivas here. Um, it's supposed to be not.
Serious?
Yeah, not serious is what I'm looking like. He should be a big part of Week 13, is what I'd imagine.
I think
Henderson.
Gesicki gets a bump for me in that role if with Higgins being out next week. I would consider playing Gesicki if you're a Harrington tight end.
Yep, Gesicki. That was the rule last year. T. Higgins out, Gesicki in. 4 for 6, 35 yards. Hudson and Fant also had a target as well. Hunter Henry, though, 7 for 10, 115 and a touchdown. The trend continues. Play your tight ends against Cincinnati, folks.
No kidding, man. So Mark Andrews is a start next week or this week.
The best of starts. The best of starts. Drake May, decent performance. 294 through the air, just one touchdown. That's kind of ruined his day with the defensive scoring on the other end.
Yeah, man. Stephon Diggs really hurt me. I mean, all these guys, like the receivers were useless, all tight ends, and then you go to the running backs. Travion again, 18 carries, 66 yards, no touchdowns. Ramondre 6 carries for 5 yards. I think Travion's job is safe for the most part.
They did lose Will Campbell, their 4th overall pick, their offensive lineman, in what could be a season-ending injury. We're still waiting for.
I saw that. I just didn't know what the. I just saw the towel over his head, which is never a good sign when you see that. So
yeah, the rumor I've seen all over is ACL. They're talking about it. Stephon Diggs had some choice words about it, so it doesn't seem to be much optimism around this. So New England's offensive line was suspect coming into the season. I think this really could hurt maybe the rushing. I don't know if Drake May is actually phased by this much. Maybe he just scrambles more.
Maybe.
Oh wow, a nail biter. Final overtime here. The Giants lose to the Lions 27-34. Jameis Winston, your QB1 on the week, 366 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 4 carries for 13 yards. Oh, and don't forget that 33-yard receiving touchdown. Dude, looks so good. So good.
That linebacker, defensive end, number 55 should be cut today. Like, that was just embarrassing to watch.
Stiff arm spin broken tackle from Jameis Winston. It was great.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, 11 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown, 49.9 points in a half PPR format.
Yeah, I just kept seeing, like, getting notifications. Jahmyr Gibbs, 49-yard reception, just touchdown. I'm just like, oh, he's having a game. And then I saw at the end of it, I'm like, oh, I feel bad for anybody playing him.
Mm-hmm.
Single-handedly kept me alive in my Eliminator League.
Amon-Ra has 9 catches, 149 yards, and a touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson, probably the surprise from the game, though. 9 catches, 156 yards, and a touchdown. This dude has 0 ADOT in most games, unless he's playing with that Russell Wilson game in week 2, and now Jameis Winston. The dude's a deep threat with Jameis. It looks good.
I mean, he was a great pick for them. He was a second-round draft pick under Daboll. Daboll really liked him. You can see why he liked him. When you utilize him correctly, I think it'll be a great complementary piece when Malik comes back next year. Jackson Dart, Scadaboo. This is going to be a very fun team we'll talk about next year. Right now, it's just, Cam, Dart's going to start next week. We don't really know what's going to happen. Theo Johnson probably might be in play more. But when Jameis plays, it's fun for everybody.
If they get a defensive-minded head coach, I'm going to riot. I will riot if we don't get a good OC there in New York.
Yeah, I could definitely see them going defensive route, though, just because they went Daboll, and they always like to flip-flop, so...
Daboll wasn't the problem, GM. Anyway, Vikings lose to the Packers in embarrassing fashion, 23-6. J.J. McCarthy, that soft benching's coming back again. It's concussion this time. 12 for 19, 87 yards, 2 picks. Dude,
did you see the stat this morning from Twitter?
The one that he's like 386th of 386 or something like that?
Oh, we could do a whole segment on how bad JJ is, but if he spiked the ball on every play, he'd have a better QBR rating than he did by actually playing the game of football. It was 39.6. He spiked it every play. He had a 34.2 in that game. I don't know if I don't remember if you were like anti J. I was pretty much anti JJ. I just said Kevin O'Connell could be the saving grace and make me believe in him, but I'm out. It's done. I don't want any part of it. I know you have to start Aaron Jones. I know you have to start Justin Jefferson, but I'm not starting literally anybody else, and that's it.
I wasn't anti JJ. I recognized a lot of the bigger flags that people pointed out. The whole game manager talk at there at Michigan. But we've talked our love of KOC. I really didn't care. This one was kind of one I overlooked just everything else because I'm like, let me just see. Let me just see. He's got the draft pedigree now. He's with the coach. He's got an amazing weapons. He's got a really good team around him. I really just didn't think I'd have to think twice. I thought this was going to be a my guy for me. Just late quarterback, a guy that could kind of raise the floor of where you get. I'm so glad I pivoted to Drake May there.
Thank God he wasn't, dude. That would have been such a bad
So
look.
bad. But I mean, honestly, the 2 picks make sense. He had 8 coming into the game, and he didn't want to leave with 9. Now he's at 10 picks on the season.
Yeah. So
this is bad. Emmanuel Wilson, though, 28 carries, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. What a fill-in for Josh Jacobs, who I saw a report saying he'll be out there on Thursday. So Emmanuel Wilson just going to be a premier handcuff. Looks like.
Yeah, forward. Just a little fill-in. Hey, pause it really quickly. There's some commotion in my front door.
The rest of these pieces, though, here, like Justin Jefferson, you're going to have to play him each and every week, but it's going to hurt. I feel like Jordan Addison, I think he's going to be a flex conversation for you each and every week. I don't think he gets an auto start anymore.
I think Jordan Addison is a bench. I mean, maybe with this new quarterback they have, I might have my hopes up because it's just not JJ McCarthy playing. So it's Wolford that will be the starting quarterback. That is cool. Right? Is it Wolford? It looks like John Wolford. So. I honestly just think it'll be better. I think it'll generally be better than what they're doing right now.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of backup quarterbacks plugging them in, and they are playing like their job doesn't matter or like they can't lose it. So I kind of prefer it that way. Look how many times we've had Davis Mills, Jameis Winston, Joe Flacco here in the top 5, top 10 of quarterbacks.
Yeah, KOC can make a lot out of nothing. He just can't do it with JJ McCarthy, clearly. So they'll be looking at quarterback again here short time soon. That's losing Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones is looking really, really bad for them.
Yeah, he liked Anthony Richardson. He really liked Anthony Richardson. So
I could see them making a trade.
Honestly, I'm kind of liking the fact that it sucks JJ McCarthy's not looking good, but the fact that Anthony Richardson isn't around every circle of conversation of like worst QB stats of all time, I do appreciate that a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Colts, they lost in overtime battle to the Chiefs 23-20. It's bad stuff. Yeah, next game. No. Colts and Chiefs. Dude, they had it. 3 and outs in the fourth quarter.
And then an out in the overtime. It was 4 in total. It's 12 total offensive yards in the fourth quarter in overtime.
I believe JT had one. They did one rush play in the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was really weird play calling. I was frustrated, and I sat there and told my wife, like when it was 29, I was like, I think the Chiefs are definitely just going to come back and win this game because the defense was on the field so much. They were gassed, and like I saw that in overtime, like he's just going to throw it to like Xavier Worthy and Gino. You could see it on all the defensive players' face; they were just burnt out. But Rashee Rice, 141 yards. He looked banged up though. I'm going to be very curious to see what the injury report says. Like 141 yards, he looked great, but however, he looked hurt.
I saw playing those rumors of hamstring or concern about a hamstring or something like that. So yeah, it's going to be something to monitor. Michael Pittman on the other side, 5 catches, 27 yards, and a touchdown. Honestly, outside of that pick that set him up for that touchdown there, Michael Pittman was kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting going forward for this Colts team just because they have the Texans twice, which they are a gauntlet of a team. They have the Seahawks again, San Francisco, which isn't a slouch of a defense. Like they have Robert Salah calling plays. The Jags, who are also a very this is gonna be very interesting for Jonathan Taylor and Daniel Jones. They're all playoff teams. They're all above 500 going forward. So I'm very curious to see how they look fantasy wise going forward.
Yeah, because they just have to feed JT to win. That's all they have to do. Next up, we got the Seahawks taking down the Titans 30-24. Was this 11.5 point spread? Like these big spreads this week, just
it was 13, I think.
This one was 13. Okay, I think it was 13.5. Then
Yeah.
Sam Darnold coming in with 17 points, not too bad. Cam Ward with the top 5 finish. Let's go. Had to play him in a dynasty league as
There
my
you
only
go.
quarterback in a super flex. So yeah, love to see that. Ken Walker, 11 for 71, 3 receptions for 30 yards, and Zach Charbonnet, of course, 6 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think the conversation we need to be had is JSN going to be taken ahead of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson next year in fantasy?
I don't see a reason why you can't.
Like, he is the focal point of the offense. The defense knows it, and he's still beating his over on all of his prop bets. I think he's done it almost every game except for maybe one.
Yeah, freaking 8 catches, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Had himself a day. He did. Everything else on this team is irrelevant, though. Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, AJ Barner. Like, it's JSN, and then the 2 running backs that just exist.
Yeah.
On the other side, DK, 44 yards and a touchdown.
What else did he have? Because he has 18 points. So where am I missing here?
Crochet had 42. You talking about DK? I thought you were talking about Cam Ward's. He had a special teams touchdown.
Oh, okay, special teams. That's why I was like, what is going on here? Okay.
Yeah, so that kind of boosted him up. He's going to look a little bit better than he actually is.
Yeah.
Outside of that, nothing else with this game. Another overtime game. We got the Jags beating the Cardinals 27-24. Trevor Lawrence, 3 picks, 3 touchdowns.
He's bad. Like, he is genuinely bad. Like, Cohen is keeping this team, treading water, basically, because I think Trevor Lawrence is not a good quarterback. I don't know he is just prone to throwing interceptions.
Would you rather have J.J. McCarthy or Trevor Lawrence as your franchise's quarterback?
Trevor Lawrence, just because he's a little bit better. Like, let me tell you something about J.J. McCarthy. I'm going to stop roasting him because it's just very, very mean. And I don't want to crap on Vikings fans and hurt their feelings. But his stat line is worse than Jamarcus Russell's and their first 6 games starting.
Folks, if you're not old enough to know who that is, he wasn't very good.
No.
Jacoby Brissett, 317 yards and a touchdown, so he didn't hurt you at all. ETN, 15 carries, 86 yards, 30 yards receiving and a touchdown. Bashaw Tootin went back to the complimentary back, 7 carries, 17 yards.
Hey, man. I'm going to say is this Michael Wilson thing is really, really nice. It's been fun to enjoy. As someone who owns Marvin Harrison Jr., I would like this to be for Marvin for the playoff run.
And honestly, on the other side, I kind of don't mind this whole Parker Washington 5 for 71 and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers 4 for 50 and a touchdown. Like, BTJ, dude, you rest up. You get ready for 2026, 2025, not your year. Don't ruin the rest of this. I mean, because honestly, Brenton Strange, 5 for 5, 93 yards. Let's go.
I'm just curious if, like, the Jags are just having this question marks of BTJ. I think a team like the Packers, the Bills, should give him a call and be like, hey, we'll take the chance.
Kind of like the Kadarius Toney.
Just wing it.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
I think bad comparison, I guess, if you're trying to compare it purely to the player. I think BTJ has so much higher chance of getting in the straight compared to Kadarius Toney, but interesting nonetheless. Also interesting, Shedeur, 1-0 as a starter, gets the dub there in Vegas, 24-10. Shedeur Sanders, 209 yards, hit his over, 1 touchdown, hit his over there, 1 interception, hit his over there. He is just a money-making machine. Quinshon Judkins, only 47 yards rushing, but 2 touchdowns save his day. And then Dylan Sampson with a huge receiving. I mean, this is what kind of made Shedeur's day too, but 2 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown for Dylan Sampson.
So a couple things from this game here. One, Shedeur Sanders had a bomb to Isaiah Bond, and it was stopped. They ran Wildcat not once but twice for the end zone for Judkins to get in. So I was like, oh, they really don't want him to throw a touchdown this game. And the touchdown throw to Sampson was literally a how do you put it? Like a screen to the right, and he just took it to the house. So like that was the only reason why Sanders had a touchdown pass. He would have had a legit one had Bond not fallen to the 1 yard line. But yeah, he's already named the starter for week 13, which is expected. He just looked better. It looked so much better. I
Dylan
think
Gabriel has cleared concussion protocol as well. So this isn't like, oh, he's back in there because of Gabriel. Gabriel's back and ready to play.
Yeah. Again, like Harold Fannin seems to be the lead guy here. Like Jerry Jeudy had that really big, just bonehead moment of like trying to juke out somebody, not realizing there's somebody behind him, knock the ball out. But yeah, I expect this offense to be Judkins, maybe a little bit of Sampson, and then like Fannin mixed in with like Jeudy and Tillman and all these other guys.
It's a lot of rookies they got. I mean, four rookies you just named.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ashton Genty, finally a good game from him. 50 yards
in
rushing.
BS time. Let's just be honest. It was they were down by 2 touchdowns, something like that. Yeah, 3 touchdowns because he got the touchdown on a penalty call. So his day was saved. He also got hurt though, and he didn't come back in the game. And I'm not sure where he's at status wise. They said it was an ankle. It looked like so. For all the Genty owners out there, just be mindful of the practice.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything news on it yet, but yeah, definitely something to monitor. 50 yards on the ground, 8 receptions on 8 targets, 58 yards through the air, and a touchdown. And Brock Bowers, 6 catches, 55 yards. Not bad.
Not bad. Just not the tight end one that you drafted to be.
Yeah. Him and Tyler Warren both just had very pedestrian days. Didn't kill you, but just not what you expect when you have in your lineup.
Yeah.
Ooh, this one was fun.
This was Eagles, a fun game.
21, Cowboys 24. Yeah, that's right. That team, the Cowboys.
24 unanswered points.
They were up 21-0. The Eagles, the Philadelphia World Champion Eagles, on the sorry ass Cowboys.
They just folded at the end. Like the muff punt on the 3-yard line. What are you doing? What are you doing there? That's just dumb. Like I feel bad. Like I'm with Eagles fans there. Like let it go over your head. Who gives a shit? Secondly, Saquon fumbling. Like it was just like once you saw that, it was like, oh, this is going to the Cowboys. This is just this is how it's gonna end.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts 30 points.
He played great.
Yeah, 289 yards passing through a touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Dak Prescott 354 yards, had a rushing touchdown as well with 2 through the air. Javonte Williams, very meh day, but not as meh as Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. I mean, they both would have had the same stat line, so to speak, had they not fumbled. I mean, Javonte, 20 carries, 87 yards, just didn't find the end zone. Saquon got a ton of receiving work, which is really unexpected. He hasn't had a ton of that all year, really. A.J. Brown, again, the trend seems to go up, man. 8 catches, 100 plus yards and a touchdown. That's like, we might see this moving forward, hopefully.
It is funny that he hit that 8 threshold. I saw that stat where if he gets more than 8 targets in a game, or if he gets less than 8 targets in a game, they haven't lost a single one of those. But when he gets more than, it's like 50-50. Great game for him, though. I loved it. Devonta Smith only 89 yards. On the other side, though, wide receiver
George
1
Pickens.
for the Cowboys. George Pickens, 9 for 9, 146 and a touchdown. And then, his backup second fiddle, 4 for 11 on second.
Can I reclaim my top 5 take of George Pickens? Just want to say I said it first.
I tried to bait it out of you this summer. Yeah, absolute greatness from that guy. He might be getting $40 million a year.
He's getting franchise tagged, so they've already said that to start. So it's already off to a great start for Cowboys land.
Oh boy, Goddard and Ferguson, 3 points, 8.6 points. It's not great when these offenses.
Is Goddard cuttable now? Like, can we he had that great stretch, which he probably saved a ton of people for fantasy, but now it's just been bad these past, let me go check here. It looks,
I think so.
I want to say 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Whoa. Yeah. Because the Green Bay Detroit game, he had the 2 touchdowns with the Giants for 3 catches. Yeah. So it's been bad. I can safely say you can move off him.
This is the Goddard that I made fun of all last year and the year before. Like the one I just don't want to play. I get it happens from time to time, but it's just not what I want to do. So I guess it depends what you're flexing him for. If you're going from him to Juwan Johnson, I'll probably hold them both. It's going to be matchup dependent. But if you've got something that you're starting way over him, yeah, absolutely. Punt him.
Yeah.
Send him off. Hopefully your trade deadline hasn't passed. Maybe you can get something. We got the Falcons beating up on the Saints 24-10. Of course, Kirk Cousins comes back. Why wouldn't they? This game was just bad. Kamara got hurt.
It was
Devin Neal.
weird. Yeah, I think he's got an MCL sprain.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw. So Devin Neal is going to be somebody to look at on the waiver wire. Bijan Robinson, 70 yards on the ground, 2-point conversion, and then 37 through the air. Donald Mooney, 74 yards and a touchdown. I don't know.
Yeah, Drake London comes back next week, maybe. I mean, Olave's doing Olave things. This is everything I see on the Saints side is about what I expect, besides the Kamara thing. Devin Neal, would you just dump all your fab left if Kamara misses time?
No, not at all. I'd put like 1 or 2 on Devin Neal, and then I'd go put 1 or
I
2
mean, it's
on
week
Taysom
13.
Hill.
What are you really saving for?
Taysom Hill might be what you're going to get. He had 10 carries for 17 yards. Like, he had more carries than Devin Neal. And honestly,
okay.
they're going to need some sort of spark plug. I don't think Devin Neal is going to be an answer to your fantasy woes. So, like, I don't think you have to drop whatever fab you have left on him. I think you can put a bit on him, but Taysom Hill might be just as usable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And this one, wow. I thought the Rams were going to be too much for the Bucs to handle, but this was a different story entirely. Matt Stafford continues his MVP run, 273 yards and 3 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield gets knocked out of the game.
We need to, I guess, not overthink things. Like you and I both said, yeah, Puka and Devontae will exist, and they will be wide receiver 1 and fringe like wide receiver 1 and 2, right? We both said that confidently. Well, if that's the case, then Stafford had to be a beneficiary of this. And like we were just out on Stafford. I think that we were wrong. I guess the back thing was the problem. We were also scared of that. But even if there's no back thing, I think we still would have had him a lot lower than we respectively should have had him.
He was one of my biggest, because I swear we had this conversation about like, all right, how are we ranking 2 wide receivers as top 15 wide receivers, top 14 wide receivers, and not having him on? Well, obviously we don't have the rushing floor, so it's going to have to be on the back of touchdowns. But yeah, the back thing popped up and it scared me. But there was just all these other quarterbacks. You know, we were looking at like, all right, maybe Trevor Lawrence makes the bump up this year because with the Cohen thing, didn't come to fruition. Jordan Love is like, I kept pushing him up just a little bit higher. Didn't come out. JJ McCarthy. We had so many of these. Jared Goff, just these middling quarterbacks that just would not have. What's he at? Like, I think is like 8-9% touchdown percentage right now.
It's something absurd. Yeah,
absolutely absurd. But these seasons happen for some quarterbacks, and it's definitely the good ones. We saw Baker happen for Baker last year.
He might be the MVP.
I know. Had the Colts won yesterday on the back of JT, I think JT would be right there beside him.
Yeah, 9-2, best record in the NFC. Like he's and like what is he on for touchdown to touchdown interception right now? 30-2. Yeah, no, he's winning it. I'm very. If I typed in MVP odds right now, I bet you he's the heavy favorite now.
It hits him and JSN, I believe, are up there at the top. Because like JSN definitely needs to be talked about at this point. His
JSN doesn't need to get flowers. He might. I don't know if he'll break the. I know he's going to break. He already broke the Seahawks record for their receiving thing for DK, but I don't know if he'll get close to 2,000.
Yeah, I think he's projected to come up like maybe 100-ish short, 150 short, something like that.
Yeah,
but like regardless, still impressive, and he gets the extra game. So like, come on, dude, get it done.
On to Tampa Bay side, though, I know we're gushing over the Rams because they all look great. Devontae had a great game. Puka had a great game. Baker's in a sling on his non-throwing arm, so there's some caution in the wind there. But Bucky's going to practice this week. Yeah, it's not looking good for. We said this before that the Bucs could just be 8-9 and still make the playoffs, and this really might be the case.
We'll find out tonight after this Panthers game. If they can somehow find a way to get a win against the 49ers, they'll take over the division going into Week 13.
Yeah.
So stuff to watch there, but yeah, definitely keep an eye on Baker. There will be fantasy implications that come down as far as just Tez Johnson's usage at all. Emeka Egbuka, Chris Godwin's 2 for 4, 9 yards, but Teddy Bridgewater, Mr. Two Gloves, is here as the backup.
Didn't look good.
Excited.
Yeah.
Excited about that one. No. Awesome. What else you got? Anybody else you want to talk about?
No, there's nothing else that I saw newsworthy. It popped up as we were recording, so we're good to go.
Nice. Well, folks, it is going to be a wild week. We got the holiday coming at you. So tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern time, we have Walking the Wire. We'll be going over all the waiver wire stuff. Then Wednesday, we will be dropping our Thursday and Friday slate. We'll be covering all 4 of those games for you. That episode comes out to you Wednesday. And then on Friday, after you got a full stomach, you make it through that Thursday hangover, we're going to have the Sunday slate. We'll be doing the start-sit show.
There's a Friday game, by the way. The Eagles-Bears.
Yeah, we'll cover that in the Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
That comes on Wednesday. We'll cover those 4 games. And then, Friday we'll cover the start-sit. All those episodes will come to you. So stay tuned. Get ready. Brennen, what else you got for the people?
That's it. I mean, who's week 14 by? Who's going to really hurt people right now? That's my last thing, is that who's going to make everybody cry at the very end? Or week 13 by? Is there anybody on bye this week?
No, not on this week.
Oh, it's the week 14 though.
Week 14. It's the week before the playoffs. Yes, we're going to have that final push, that crunch just before that happens. So if you're looking for more of us, it's at @too_much_Brian for me. He's at @too_much_BMulk. Check us out on socials. Come here, like, subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on the podcast, pass it around. Come on. Maybe not even your fantasy football friends. You want to get them into it. Pass them out there. I get your leg mates. You can't help them out. See you all next time. See you tomorrow.
Deuces.
Thanks for listening.